There's a very strange thing that happens in people right before their life shifts in a big way, and most of us don't recognize it for what it is. We think something is wrong. We think we're slipping backward. We think we're losing control. But the truth is, when you're standing right at the edge of a breakthrough, your inner world starts changing long before anything shows up on the outside. And that change doesn't feel smooth. It feels tense. It feels confusing. It feels like your emotions have a mind of their own. It feels like being pulled in two different directions at the same time. You can sense that something is coming, but you can't see it clearly yet. You can feel yourself outgrowing the old version of yourself, but the new version of you hasn't arrived yet. That in-between space is uncomfortable, but it's exactly where transformation begins. When you notice something is emotional, tension that builds inside you, it's like the system is stretching, even if you don't know what it's stretching toward. You might wake up feeling overwhelmed, sensitive, nostalgic, or irritable for no obvious reason. That's because emotional pressure rises before a breakthrough. Your mind wants clarity, but your inner world is still rearranging itself. It's like your old beliefs and new truths are bumping into each other. And when those two parts collide, you feel the tightness, you feel the friction. You feel the pressure of becoming someone you aren't fully ready to meet yet, but you can't stay away from either. And here's the strange thing. This is usually the moment when life looks the most chaotic. Things fall apart right before they open. The habits you used to rely on stop working. The ways you used to cope suddenly feel heavy or empty. The people you used to connect with feel different. Even your own thoughts sound foreign. It's almost like your life is trying to tell you you don't fit here anymore. And that's exactly what's happening. Growth makes the old space feel too small. When things feel like they're falling apart, it's not because you're breaking, it's because you're outgrowing a version of yourself that can't come with you into the next chapter. Your nervous system knows this long before your mind does. That's why you hit what feels like a crunchy point, right? Your body starts doing deep internal work you can't see. Old emotions rise to the surface because your system is finally strong enough to release them. You might feel tired for no reason. You might feel shaky or overstimulated. You might feel like everything inside you is buzzing. That's your system updating itself. Your nervous system is loosening old patterns, releasing old stories, and preparing you for a new way of being. It feels uncomfortable because the old wiring is still in place, but the new wiring is already being built beneath it. This is why you feel not like yourself. You're not the old you anymore, but you're not the new you yet. You're in the strange middle zone where things feel stable, where nothing feels stable. You reach for old habits and they don't fit. You try on new ones and they don't feel natural yet. You stand in front of your life and feel like you're watching yourself through a window. This isn't a mistake. This is what the in-between feels like. It's not the end of the old self or the beginning of the new one. It's the blending point where your identity is shifting quietly under the surface. Before growth hits, subtle signs start showing up. You might get random waves of emotion that feel like they're coming out of nowhere. You might feel unusually reflective or suddenly aware of things you used to ignore. You might get these tiny senses inside you that say, I don't want to live like this anymore. Even if you don't know what you want instead, these small signals are the first hints that your system is leveling up. It doesn't announce itself loudly. Breakthroughs don't usually arrive with fireworks. They arrive through tiny openings or micro shifts in your awareness that happen one breath at a time. A sudden clarity, a deep exhale, a moment where you stop pretending, a moment where you finally tell the truth, even if it's only to yourself. Triggers intensify too. This part scares a lot of people because they assume it means they're regressing. But your triggers spike because old patterns are getting ready to break. When something inside you is almost done, it comes to the surface to be released. The sting you feel isn't a sign you're falling backward. It's a sign that the wound is healing. The last layer always hurts the most because it's the layer closest to the truth. Your triggers aren't attacking you, they're showing you exactly what you're ready to leave. And then there's the collapse. Not for you, but for your old coping mechanisms. The way you used to hold yourself together doesn't work anymore. Staying busy doesn't numb it. Avoiding your feelings doesn't quiet it. Shrinking yourself doesn't protect you. The false strength you used to rely on crumbles because a more honest strength is trying to rise. The collapse of coping is actually the beginning of real healing. Your system finally trusts you enough to stop surviving and start growing. All of this happens at the same time that the outside of your life starts feeling chaotic. Things don't make sense. People don't make sense. You don't make sense. Your thoughts feel scrambled. Your emotions feel louder than usual. But underneath that chaos, something incredibly important is happening. Your identity is shifting. Not in a big dramatic way, in a small, quiet way. The chaos on the surface is just the noise that comes from rearranging your inner world. You start feeling off because the old self is fading and the new self hasn't landed yet. This off feeling isn't a problem you need to fix, it's a doorway you need to walk through. Think of it like snake shedding its skin. The uncomfortable part comes right before the new layer is revealed. Feeling off means your system is clearing space for the next level. You feel different because you are different. And the most powerful part of this entire process, it's those micro openings, the needle-sized moments where everything shifts. They're so small you almost miss them. A tiny spark of honesty, a deep breath you didn't know you needed, a moment where you finally admit something to yourself, a moment where you let go of a thought that's been hurting you. These small openings are where your heart stretches, where your awareness opens, where your inner world makes room for the breakthrough that's on its way. You don't grow from one big moment. You grow from 100 tiny moments. And if you're feeling emotional, stretched, confused, tired, not like yourself lately, it doesn't mean you're failing. It doesn't mean you're falling apart. It means you're right on time. It means your system is preparing you for the version of you that you're becoming. It means you're standing at the threshold, the doorway between you, where you are, and who you're about to become. You're not breaking, you're becoming. And everything you're feeling is a part of that shift.